Okay, so I have been a lot of places on this channel and my back is starting to ache. So I might have to slow down for a little bit in these upcoming seasons, and yeah, as you can see, my voice is getting raspy. I don't really know if I'm going to be continuing this for much longer because it hurts. It hurts to do this, you know? But I love you guys so much and thank you for all your support. So I'm just going to make a concluding video in case I don't get to this channel again like soon. So yeah, let's restate the question we were talking about this whole time on this channel. What can be concluded about the unity and development of all living things? So let's go through all my videos. So the first video was about whales. They have legs. The unity of that is how they connect and relate. That's what unity means. This older generation of whales with legs connects to this newer one because the older generation is kind of like not talking to, but kind of like showing the newer generation what will help them. So the older generation is like, you don't really need legs because they don't really do much help. We don't really live on land all the time. We kind of spend most of our lives in the water. And then this one's like, okay, I'll do that. I'll get rid of legs. They don't really choose to do that, but like that's kind of like the process. I don't really know, but it's kind of just like what happens because they realize that these legs don't need to be continued on forever and ever throughout the genetic history, you know? They just know what will be right for this newer thing because they always want the best for the new stuff. So they just decided no legs would be okay. And development, that's kind of the same thing. No legs throughout the whole evolution of the whale. The next one, the war goose, the unity of these. Ow. So because there are two animals in this, the warthog and the banded mongoose, the unity of them helps them survive. So the banded mongoose and the warthog helps them survive because they have a mutual relationship. So they just work together. And then development, because one day the warthog was like walking around like, oh my god, these ticks are being so annoying. And then the banded mongoose just like came up and was like, hey, I love ticks. Can I just like eat them off your back? And then they realized that this works. Like this works well. I am getting the time of my life. These ticks are going away. And then the mongoose is like, I'm getting the time of my life too. I get some food. And they're all over this warthog's body. So the development of that helped the lives of both animals. Next, for the temnothorax alba penis ants, the unity of the ants helps them. This is like the war goose kind of. The unity of them helps them survive and teach other generations or other ants. I don't really know, but the unity of them helps them survive because they can teach each other and help each other on what they've learned and just pass it on and just help them out. The development of that is kind of the same thing because it relates. Because of the development of ants, they have realized that if these older ones teach these younger ones will grow to be good and like not like that. While if these older ones did not teach these younger ones, they would have a terrible life from then on because they just didn't know what to do and they didn't know the best things they needed. So this definitely helped the development. Now for the finches, unity of them. So this one is kind of tricky because the unity wasn't so helpful to all of them, if you know what I mean, because natural selection did not go some finches' ways. Some of them got them small beaks. But the ones with the big beaks were very happy, but the unity of them helped natural selection happen. Like, if they weren't together, natural selection like still would be a thing, except it just like wouldn't be the same, you know? If they were all one kind, if they were all big beaked, for example, all the seeds would run out because all of them need the same diet. But if they're different, they all have different diets and they know what they need, and that kind of runs into development again, how they know what they need and they develop a diet and pass that along to the other finches. Well, eyes episode is next. Eyes, wow, what a funny subject. Because of the unity of all, or mostly all organisms having eyes, the prey and predators have learned to see each other and they just that kind of just runs into unity because they're all together and all related because they have eyes, except for the worms, they're kind of discluded, and some other organisms that do not have eyes as well. The development happens. So this I talked about during the worm, I think. Worm one, I think. So the worms don't have eyes, obviously, but they don't need eyes because they have light sensitivity and they aren't on the surface that often. They're mostly underground, so eyes wouldn't really be help anyway because they're smudged in the dirt. Smudged? Is that even a word? Oh, it is. Is that the right word? Probably not. But they're like in the dirt and they wouldn't be able to see anything anyway. So eyes have not developed over time. They wouldn't be helpful for the worms. All right, lastly, the lizards. Okay, the unity of the lizards. This kind of runs into like older and younger generations as well. The older generation can teach the younger generations that you have short legs, you are good on twigs because you can run fast and you can grab onto it well and you're awesome. Or other ones can be like, oh my god, you have really thick thumb pads. Go on the leaves, get your prey up there because you can hang on to those so well because of the thumb pads you have. So the unity of that kind of helps them like survive, I guess. They're all one species, but they all have different adaptations or anatomy, kind of the same thing, that help them survive in the area they're in. And then the development, of course, they have learned that the thumb pads or the long legs have to be developed over time because they help them in that area that they are in. They can't just like stop having thick thumb pads, or else the lizards that are born in that area can't grab onto the leaves, or it just doesn't work. So they learned that they need to keep that trait continued on so other lizards can live and live well. So yeah, I think it is time I say goodbye to you guys for now. Thank you guys so much for hanging in with me throughout this whole process. It means so much to me. So yeah, thank you guys so much. I love you guys so much, and I'll see you later if I see you later, okay? So, TTYL. Bye, guys. One last kiss and one last subscribe button. So subscribe down below. Okay, one last kiss. Okay, love you guys. Bye.